Hi everyone, I'm Courtney. Welcome to your practice. This is a really short, simple tutorial on Chaturanga. So if you've been confused about this pose or are just looking for ways to refine it, this is a nice little tutorial for you. So today we're going to need a bolster, and if you don't have a bolster, which I realize most people or a lot of people don't have at home, you can also use 2 thick blankets or 2 thick towels folded up and stacked on each other to approximate kind of this height. So it's about 6 inches high, okay, and pretty dense. This doesn't have like a whole ton of give to it. And then we also need a strap. And before we even get started, just as usual, I'm going to have you prepare your strap. So make a loop, go through both D-rings, cross over that second one, and then come through the first. And I'm going to make this strap about shoulder distance apart so that when I put it around the upper arms, my arms stay parallel and shoulder distance, right? Okay, so with that, we'll place these things off to the side for later use. And then go ahead and come onto your back. Okay. So you can just start here on your back, feet on the floor, knees bent in kind of a constructive rest position. Take your feet a little bit wider than the hips, let the knees knock together. That, for most of us, is just a little more comfortable, but truly do whatever you need to do. And then allow your hands to rest on your belly for just a moment. Take a couple of deep breaths down into that low belly and let the back of the skull drop, feeling the back of the neck lengthen and almost imprinting the sense of level that the ground provides into the back. So we'll bring our arms down by our sides, turn the palms down, and then bring the feet about hip distance in parallel. And this is going to be so simple to start. On your in-breath, go ahead and tilt the pelvis forward. And by that, I mean lift the navel up towards the ceiling. On your exhalation, hug the navel towards the ground, round the spine, and you'll feel a little posterior tilt, even like the back of the hips are lifting up away from the ground. So inhale as you arch, and exhale to round. It's just doing this a few times, rocking back and forth, inhaling to arch, and exhaling to round, drawing navel in. And last time like that, inhale, arch, and exhale to round. So as you round, feel how the front ribs hug in, feel how the belly narrows. And then I want you to keep that sense and allow your spine to come back more or less to that middle ground of neutral, right? So you're not arching, you're not rounding. There's a little space between the low back and the floor, but your belly is pulling in. Okay, we'll bring the knees above the hips, shins more or less parallel to the ground, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And then we'll reach right arm away as the left leg reaches away. And exhale to return. And reach the right leg away as the left arm reaches away. And exhale to return. So I'm keeping my spine neutral the whole time. So as left leg reaches, right arm reaches, spine is still neutral, belly's pulled in, come all the way back. And then right leg and left arm, and all the way back. So this is just an alternative to that bird dog kind of physical therapy standby. But here we are on the back, so it's just a little different orientation to gravity and a little easier to feel how the spine is moving, or ideally not really moving that much. So you're getting the feedback of the ground. It's another round here, and all the way back to center. Hug the knees towards the chest. Good. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Good. And then I'm just going to cross my ankles, come all the way up to seated, make my way onto hands and knees from here. Okay, from hands and knees, I'm going to stack the wrists right underneath the shoulders, spread out all of the fingers. Right? So the hands are one of the bases of this pose, so they're pretty important to pay attention to. See that the wrist creases are parallel to the front edge of your mat. That's important because you're going to pull the elbows back, right? So this isn't a push-up. We don't send the elbows to the side. Send the elbows back. And if the wrist creases are parallel to the front of the mat, it's going to make that action a lot easier. And also, it's going to keep you in better alignment, right? It's going to be nicer on the wrists. So go ahead and lengthen one leg back. Tuck the toes under, feel that thigh pulling up, and then reach the other leg back. Tuck the toes, feel the thigh pulling up. If you need a little tutorial on plank pose, we have one of those, but you're starting in a plank pose. So feel thighs reaching up towards the sky, like there's a string that's pulling them up to the ceiling. And try to find that neutral tilt of the pelvis, right? And that's going to happen by reaching the chest forward, pressing down through the arms, and feeling the shoulder blades hug apart on the mat. So they're starting to wrap around the sides of the waist. Take another breath just like this. And then as you exhale, bring the knees down. Good, pause here. And then we're just going to drop chest down towards the ground. So hug shoulder blades together on the back. On your exhalation, press down into the mat. Try to get shoulder blades around the sides of the ribs. Feel the fullness through the upper back, the fullness through back of the heart. Inhale as you let the chest drop. And exhale as you press down. So this is different than cat-cow. My belly's still hugged up and in. My front ribs are still hugging. We're just dropping the chest down and isolating the scapular motion on the back. And then press down. Shoulder blades hug around on the back. Okay, so as you're here pressing, stay here. You'll feel like the front of the torso, the front of the chest is starting to narrow. I want you to press down through the inner palms of the hand. Tuck one set of toes, reach the thigh up. Tuck the other set of toes, reach that leg up. Pause here in your plank pose. And so take another breath just like this. And we'll exhale all the way to the ground, knees up or down. Right. Come onto your forearms. Okay, so elbows right underneath the shoulders. If you've been in class with me before, undoubtedly you have done this. Start to pull the elbows back, broaden the collarbones. And on your exhalation, hug the front ribs up and in, press down through the forearms, start to round the back. Then on your in-breath, come all the way back to a Sphinx pose. We're going to do this 2 more times as you exhale, front ribs, hug in, round the back, feel the shoulder blades round around the sides of the ribs. Inhale to come all the way back to Sphinx. Exhale as you round. Good, and then tuck the toes. Lift up the knees one at a time or both at the same time. Come to a forearm plank. So you're really feeling the shortening on the front side of the torso. That's great. Now start to engage the back body as well. Shoulder blades hug down the back. Heart reaches forward. Nice. Take one last breath right here. And then knees down, hips down. Inhale all the way to Sphinx. As you exhale, lower down. Nice. Use your hands to help you come up to hands and knees. Nice. And then we'll back the hips up. Go ahead and grab that bolster. Okay. So send the bolster, place it on your mat so that it's going lengthwise down the mat. This is going to be longer than my torso. This is probably going to be longer than your torso as well. That's okay. I want you to place your torso on it, and it's also going to probably touch the tops of the thighs. All right? But head is free, tops of the shoulders are free. So slide the hands back and just take a look, right? We're supported here on this bolster. Slide your hands back so that the wrists are right underneath the elbows. Fingers are spread. And then tuck the toes under. Good, and lift the thighs as though you're resisting them touching the bolster. Okay, and then again, because we're supported, we have the time to make these little adjustments. Start to lengthen the tail towards the heels, right? So if you're really here, if you're really pulling those thighs up, you might find yourself in a little bit of a back bend feeling in the low back. Lengthen the tail towards the heels, thighs reach up, and then resist like you have magnets on the front of your shoulders that are the same as the magnets on the ground. Resist. So shoulder blades move, or shoulders move up away from the ground. Hug the shoulder blades down the back by pulling those hands back, just isometrically, right? This is a lot of work. And then pause here. I just want you to feel all of this work. So thighs up, tail back, starting to pull front shoulders up away, and then hugging elbows back. Nice. Notice how my neck and my head are in line with the arms. They're not dangling down. They're not too far forward. And then we'll exhale to release. Okay, so just bend your knees. Let the forehead come to the ground. pause. Okay. So one more time like that. Tuck the toes under, reach the thighs up towards the sky, lengthen the tail towards the heels, and then with wrists right underneath those elbows, start to pull back. So as you pull back through those shoulder blades, let the fronts of the shoulders move up away from the floor, like they're really resisting. Okay? Hug the front ribs in, and now I want you to press down and see if you can lighten your weight against that bolster. Yep, take another breath right here. Exhale to lower. Good. Come up onto hands and knees. Move that bolster off to the side. Now we're going to use the strap. Okay. So just sitting back on your heels or sitting in a way that's comfortable for you for a moment. Figure out the strap situation, and we'll place the strap around the arms just above the shoulder or above the elbows. Okay. So bring the hands down to the ground. Straps just above the elbows. Palms on the ground. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Come into a plank pose with the strap around the upper arms. Okay. Then we'll press those arms out into that strap, like you're trying to break the strap in half. Root down through the inner edge of the hand, so that webbing between forefinger and thumb. Shift forward just a little. We'll bend the elbows. They'll have to go straight back because that strap is there, and then lower down, pause. Lift the heads of the shoulders up, just like we did on this bolster. Hug front ribs in, take the tail towards the heels. Come all the way back up. Good. Rock your weight back a little bit, back into plank. Shift your weight forward. Bend the elbows straight back, pause. Good. Lift the heads of the shoulders up. Resist your ribs against that block or against the strap, so pull the front ribs up and in. And then inhale to come up, back to plank. We're going to do one more like that. Inhale. Shift forward, bend the elbows, exhale, pause. Good. Can you take an extra inhalation here as you hug fronts of the shoulders away? Lift the front of the face away from the floor. Press down, come up, knees down, all the way back, hips to heels. Strap off to the side. Come into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, reach the hips up and back. Okay, so we're just rooting through palms, rooting through feet. On your in-breath, let's come forward to plank. Ready to try this? Shift forward towards the balls of the feet, towards the toes. Bend your elbows straight back, lower. Good, pause. Lower all the way to the ground. Awesome. We'll come up onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes, make your way back, downward facing dog. Okay, so one more like that, just lowering all the way down with a little pause. Inhale to come forward to plank. Shift forward. Bend the elbows straight back. Stay connected to your hands. Fronts of the shoulders lift up. Elbows hugging back. Exhale to the floor. Good. Press up onto hands and knees. Downward facing dog. And give your head a little shake. Take a deep breath in through nose. Open mouth, exhale. And then one more time. This time we're going to pause halfway and press back up to plank pose. So obviously you could just continue on all the way to the ground if that's where you want to be today. Otherwise, we'll inhale, come forward to plank. Shift forward towards the toes. Bend the elbows straight back, pause. Take an in-breath, heads of the shoulders up, elbows back so we're light and buoyant. And then press down, come back to plank. Downward facing dog. Nice, let's do that one more time. On your in-breath, come forward to plank. As you exhale, shift forward, bend the elbows back, pause, Chaturanga. Press down, make your way to plank. Downward facing dog. Nice, bring the knees down. Settle the hips back towards the heels. Interlace your hands behind your back, reach the knuckles down. And then try to pull your arms a little apart as you lift the chest up, lift the head up, send the knuckles down towards the ground. And just pause here, maybe one ear towards the shoulder. Come back through center, other ear towards the other shoulder. Back to center. and release the arms. All right, so good luck on your Chaturanga journey. It usually takes a little bit to get, but I hope some of these little drills and skills help you find a new sense of ease and comfort in it. Thanks for your practice. Namaste.